Hey friends, it's time for another Friday Fun Fact, where I'll give you a wee bit of information that you might not have known before. This week, we're honoring UN Bee Day about a week late. So let's learn about what bees are, why they're so important, and how you can help our little flying friends out. So, to begin, what are bees? Well, bees are flying insects with little fuzzy legs and bodies that subsist on pollen, nectar, and honey. Most have the traditional yellow and black bodies, but not all. Some are even blue. Fun fact, there's more than one way to be a bee. There are more than 20,000 species around the world, 4,000 of which live in North America alone. They're related to wasps, with the main difference being that bees feed their babies only pollen and honey, whereas wasps feed their babies meat. Another fun fact, by the way, bees exclusively gather pollen and nectar from flowers, who evolved alongside them to make it easier to do so. And bees are crucial in the pollination and often cross-pollination of many flower species. As they gather from one flower, pollen is captured on their wee fuzzy legs, and some falls off on the next flower they visit. And because most bees collect pollen from multiple species of flowers, this ensures cross-pollination, which helps keep the gene pool healthy. See the Habsburgs as a historical example why cross-pollination is essential. The flower nectar is sometimes taken back to the hive and made into honey, but not every bee does that. Most bees are solitary folk, making nests on their own, usually underground. Another difference is that solitary bees provision their nest with all the food their larvae need to fully develop, whereas social bees feed their young progressively, like we do. Bees are important not because they make your favorite tea additive, but because of what happens before that. The pollination that bees facilitate is crucial for the continuation of our agricultural system. According to the beeconservancy.org, 1 in 3 bites of food are pollinated by bees, but 1 in 4 species in North America are at risk. The Xerces Society for Invertebrate Conservation states that production of animal-pollinated crops is valued at over $235 billion annually. If all the bees died, we would be in quite the pickle. It would have a huge ripple effect throughout ecosystems. A lot of organisms would die off. Would everything die? No, of course not. But some things would, and food would get a lot more expensive, which would affect our overall nutrition. According to the Bee Conservancy, the 5 big reasons that bees are in danger are as follows: habitat loss, climate change, chemical pesticides, invasive plant species, and diseases and parasites. As humans encroach on more and more land, bees are losing the natural spaces to forage and nest. Temperature changes have been changing where flowering plants can grow, and the extreme weather patterns disrupt ecosystems everywhere. Pesticide use has increased significantly, and often harming creatures beyond the specified target and polluting the environment. Invasive plants often have a competitive edge over native species, which can cause the loss of the food bees need to eat. Finally, the previous factors all contribute to an increase of diseases and parasites, weakening bees even more. All in all, not very groovy. Luckily, many organizations have popped up to help the bees out. The very active beekeeping also helps. Beekeepers give bees a reliable and safe space to stay in and help keep them healthy. They monitor the overall health of their hives and can notify larger organizations if they notice a large-scale problem. But you can help too. Things like planting pollinator-friendly gardens, using natural pesticides, and advocating for the preservation of green space can all help your local bee populations. You can also provide homes for bees. Bee condos are bundles of tube-like apartments that solitary bees can call home. Those can be purchased or made. Finally, a great and tasty way to help is to support your local beekeepers. Here in the Hudson Valley, we have a ton of wonderful local farms, and your local Adams has tons of local honey if you know where to look. What's your favorite fact about bees? Let us know in the comments. My citations are below. I encourage you to check them out as there are way more cool bee facts that I didn't have the time to include. Like, did you know that some bees are born parthenogenically? That's pretty wild. Like and subscribe for more Friday fun facts, and I'll see you next time.